Lastly, land conflict. What will occupy you, honorable members, as you go forward, is that we have very fundamental and historical land conflicts in this country. Some of them are political, some of them have got to do with historical issues that we are the unfortunate people who have to resolve at this point in time. In some areas, some of these land problems are more explosive than honorable members you know or you think. In areas of Naivasha, for example, you know, what is going on in areas of Naivasha, in parts of Coast Province, you know, and of course you saw the other day the case of Mwea. What we have in the country, and then there's a culture that we need to find a way of dealing with. I pray that in my lifetime I will see a decisive legislative solution to the land buying company crisis in this country. You know all these things that started with Ngwataniro, Mtokanio, and so on. And some of these land buying companies which have turned to become avenues for crime and avenues for mismanagement of resources, and they pose challenges to all of us. This again will occupy a lot of your time. Yesterday, my colleague, the Cabinet Secretary for Lands, and myself had to suspend what is going on in Mwea. I can tell you, as a honest public servant, that the preliminary reports we have about what's going on in that place, I can say it here without fear of doubt or contradiction. The best way to describe it is sleazy. It stinks to the high heavens. You can see clearly, you know, a somewhat criminal effort to resolve a problem that had a very well-organized way of sorting out, but it was infiltrated at some point by people who are not interested in solving the problem, but people who are interested in getting land. So elected public officials ended up getting 300 acres, 200 acres in a settlement scheme that was intended to settle peasants, and so on. Public officials, and I am not shy to say this here, public officials, including those who were given the responsibility to try and address the problem, found an avenue to allocate themselves land. So it has become a cocktail of chaos, as it were. So that's why CS Karonea and I decided there is no way this can be resolved other than suspending it and relooking at it totally afresh. Ask Mr. Ogalo, our Regional Commissioner for Eastern Province. It's a serious issue. We have to relook at it again and find a way of resolving the issues so that, first of all, justice is done. Two, so that the rightful people who are supposed to be resettled are actually resettled. And that is only a tip of the iceberg. There are so many land buying companies, cases of, you know, land challenges and so on.